Hey guys, what's up, it's iFlynn here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Master Rank 2 test. It is almost the exact same as the Master Rank 1 test, except you're only limited to using your secondary weapon. At this point in the game, you probably only have either the Lado or the MK1 Kunai, which they're pretty well rounded in terms of like how they fire, so you're going to be able to, track enemies and kill them very easily. It's more just like an aiming and being able to press a button and kill the bad guys test. It's pretty straightforward. But we're going to go ahead, jump in. You will be able to do this standing completely still, like I said before, and it just comes down to your aiming. So if you're really having trouble aiming, I recommend turning down your in-game sensitivity. I play on about 8 sensitivity, and I play 800 DPI because I have a mouse that lets me change my DPI, and it's basically just how much you have to move the mouse to sort of like move a certain amount on screen, if that makes any sense. So getting a mouse that allows you to change your DPI might help out as well, and changing up your sensitivity, lowering it, because whenever you lower it you get to be more precise, will definitely help out as well. So I'm one-shotting enemies. You might not be able to one-shot the enemies, but go ahead and aim for the head, and I'll show you guys kind of how to mod your secondary weapons to get the most damage out of them early game after this test is actually completed. So there we go, we have free completed. That's the test done. Very straightforward. Stand still, shoot the enemies. If you're having trouble dealing damage, aim for the head, because you're going to get damage multipliers if you shoot the enemy in the head, and then obviously then you're going to kill them faster, and if you kill them faster then you get the test done, and it's super cool, and you're like, oh yay, now I'm Master Rank 2, awesome. But again, like I said, if you're having trouble actually dealing damage, or if you want to deal more damage because you feel like you can't track enemies easily with your mouse or whatever you're using on a console, just your controller, you want to go ahead and head into your arsenal, and then go to your secondary weapon, and you should have a mod that's called Hornet Strike. This should be broken, and if you don't have it, I mean, just throw it on if you do have it, but if you don't have it, then just casually playing will get you this mod. It's a very common mod, and it basically just increases your pistol damage. And also, if you have elemental damage mods, I recommend throwing those on as well, because what these will do is they will take a percentage of your total damage, adding impact, puncture, and slash together with one another, and then give you more total damage on top of that. So having those elemental mods on will increase your damage and make it so these Master Rank tests are a lot easier. Multi-shot mods will also make your life a lot easier. I'm using Barrel Diffusion and Lethal Torrent right here. Obviously, these are maxed out. You won't have maxed out mods, and you don't have to copy these specifically, especially at the beginning of the game. But just having general knowledge of how to sort of mod your weapon to deal a little bit more damage, especially if you're watching a Master Rank 2 test, makes a lot of sense, at least in my opinion, because then going deeper into the game, you're like, oh hey, well, I already seen this. This is the pretty common setup. This must be how I mod all my weapons, and that's basically how it is. So this is kind of like your staple for your secondary weapons that you want to go for. So this makes corrosive damage right here, having these two elements beside one another, and then this is your free main damage mods for your pistol. So Hornet Strike, Lethal Torrent, because it gives you your multi-shot plus fire rate, which is pretty cool, and then Barrel Diffusion because you get a lot of multi-shots, so it's doubling your damage, almost tripling your damage sometimes as well, because it goes over 300%, but Hornet Strike giving you your 220%, which pretty cool. So that is pretty much it for the Master Rank 2 test. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button below. If you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.